Terminator battle. The closer they got, the more the gunfire and screams became clearer. They stopped the cars in a corner, took out their weapons, and covered the cars with camouflage nets in the desert. An explosion sounded. There was not much room to hide. They were all running at speed. They could clearly see the armed men, cyborgs, and birds fighting each other. Sonia, should we attack them? Jake, they are all military, there are no civilians among them. Suddenly one of the birds moved towards them and started shooting at the same time. Jeff, did you get your answer? Sonia, yes. They also started shooting. Alice aimed the rocket launcher at it and fired. The bird exploded. The explosion somewhere far from the scene of the conflict attracted the attention of the cyborgs, flying robots, and militias. A number of birds and cyborgs changed direction towards them. Jeff and the others shot them with semi-heavy weapons. Alice continued to hunt the birds. Sonia, Jeff, stay behind us. We can be your shield. Hurry up. Jeff pulled himself back and started shooting again. The cyborgs also injured them by shooting. Their clothes and skin were torn by the bullets. Jeff, be careful. Guys, whenever you see that you can't continue anymore, retreat. This is an order. Alice, take care of those cyborgs. Alice turned the rocket launcher towards them and fired. At the same time as she fired, an explosion occurred near them. Jeff came to his senses after a while. The environment was still full of dust, and the surroundings were not visible well. He pulled himself out from under the pile of dirt that had engulfed him. He looked around quickly. There was no sign of the others. A number of cyborgs were coming towards them, which were stopped by several grenade explosions. Jeff searched for his weapon. At the same time, he called out, Sonia, Jake, you guys, are you okay? After the dust settled, he was faced with the motionless bodies of the robots. He said quietly, my God, damn it. One of the birds came towards them and remained fixed in the air. Jeff's eyes fell on the rocket launcher that was on the ground. He didn't feel any pain. He was ready to jump towards the rocket launcher. The robot turned towards him and was ready to fire, when he was suddenly hit. Jeff unconsciously held his hand in front of his face. After a while, he looked around under the shadow of his hand. Alice smiled with her robotic face. The others slowly moved. They shot the faces of the cyborgs that had been slowed down and shattered them. Jeff also threw grenades around his waist at them. The militia also attacked the remaining cyborgs and birds from behind, and finally the battle was over. Jeff went to the others. If they were humans, it would have been impossible for them to survive. The explosion and bullets had destroyed the silicon skin on their faces and hands and had not seriously damaged their skeletons and vital systems. Jeff smiled and said, "You have become much more beautiful." They looked at each other and smiled. Alice and Kelly had suffered the least damage. They moved towards the camp. A large number of corpses, men and women, could be seen on the ground. Jeff turned one of them over. Sonia, the battle was hard. Life has become harder than before. Why did they attack these people? Alice, maybe they were on their way. Jake, wherever they find humans, try to destroy them. Several people were coming towards them. They prepared to fight. A man in military uniform said, "We came to thank you. Your presence allowed us to repel their attack and cause fewer casualties." Jeff looked meaningfully at the bodies on the ground and then at the man. The man replied, "Compared to last time, robots fighting against cyborgs and other robots. I am David Petras." Jeff, "It was impossible. They are our enemies too. We came this way to defend civilians." David, "That's right. I don't think we can do anything for you. None of us are experts in robots. And that's your kind. Jeff. I'm a human and a robot expert. We have no problem. Won't you invite us to your tent? You can host me. David. Of course you can. They followed Ran and his men.